Alright, we've got our canvas just covered in a thin layer of white paint here, and I'm gonna just put it on my flip cup and give it a quick flip. There we go. I've got yellow and orange and gold in my flip cup, so today we're just gonna make a nice background for a very simple painting, but I'm really starting to miss the warm, sunshiny days of summer now that it's winter here. So I figured, why not bring some summer feelings into the house. Just gonna give this a bit of a twist before I pull it right off. Make sure I get all the colors everywhere. There we go. Now, just gotta let her sit for a minute. Let her create the cells and form out all the little strips and bits of color. Keep them all nice and separate. We're gonna be spreading it all over the canvas. Like I say, this will be a nice background for a beautiful sunny day. It's gonna hopefully make me feel warm and happy to look at when it's cold outside. So anyway, I think we've let it sit long enough. Let's start tipping it a little bit. Get our colors running around. I'm gonna actually stretch this one out quite a bit. I want it to be kind of streaky and a little bit messy. There we go. That's looking good. I'm gonna do it even more, I think, though. Gotta get some of that white out of there. Pour that off. Seems like the white always comes up most around the edges of the canvas. I don't really understand why, but let's just pour that off. Like I say, I want to get it all streaky anyway. Feels like a summer sky. That's getting her. That's getting her. Sometimes you don't want to stretch your paint much. You want to see all the nice cells and lines and stuff, but sometimes, especially if you're doing a background, I think you want to stretch it out. It's almost ugly, almost nondescript, but I'm just gonna put in a bit of water here, make an impression of a foreground. We don't really need any real ground, but a little bit of white just to make the sun shining on the top of the water. Gotta pour it in the lid of my cup. The little spout is all plugged up with paint, so I just use the lid to pour with, but it works. Whatever gets the job done, right? Use whatever tools you have on hand and that you're comfortable with. That's part of why I like a rolling pin, is I like to bake and figured, hey, this will push the paint around in a new, interesting way. And if you come up with any new, interesting tools or ideas, let me know. I really like to try out anything people come up with. I've seen some people do amazing things. Sometimes I can replicate them and sometimes I can't, but it always blows my mind what other people come up with. So make sure to let me know in the comments if you have anything you'd like to see me try or tell the world about. Alright, now you know me, here comes the rolling pin. Gonna get it nice and white, totally reflecting the sun. Just this little strip of yellow to move around. This is gonna have a nice shadow in the center, I hope. Just gotta get the rolling pin down the whole thing. Sometimes the center's harder to get because the paint weighs it down. I sometimes think it would be interesting to paint on a board just because it would have equal resistance rather than the pliability and stuff of the canvas. There we go. Gonna do a little more on the other side too. Put more white on the other side. Make it a little less shadowed. There. Yeah. And we'll just pull some of that yellow over here. There's my perfect shadow on the water. Maybe just a bit more yellow on it. You get nice reflection. I'm a finger painter, what can I say? I'm a little child who likes to paint with my fingers. But really, aren't we all? Whatever works for you. Some people don't like to get their hands dirty, so wear gloves, use brushes, use tools, whatever you like. I love the feeling of paint moving under my fingers and slip and sliding, so I'll use my fingers whenever I get the chance. Now I'm just gonna tip this up a little bit and get that surface a little higher. If I move some of that white paint up higher into the sky, then I'll be able to move it over and basically raise up the level of the idea of the water. Of course, because we don't really want any actual form or substance except the figure, but she won't be on until after this is dry. I hope you guys will join us for that one. It'll be the next video out. And put a little bit of yellow in all those white spots. Don't really want any white in my sky too much, but turn it all into big globs of yellow, like warm honey dripping down, sunshine. If you can't feel warm and cozy and sunshiny looking at this, then that's just on you. As long as you don't look outside at the snow, you can completely imagine that you're in the most beautiful summer day that you can ever remember. One of those childhood days that was perfect, when you didn't need to worry about what was going to be for supper later, or whether you had sand in the shoes or any of that. Just nothing but warmth and joy. We'll see you next time.